Okay guys, and welcome to another video. And in last week's video you saw me testing the JP120 in this lightweight ASA printed Pegasus design. And after a wonderful bunch of test series, we also tested the landing gears, of course, integrity of the fuselage. It was time to bring the model outside. And here we are testing the model in Helmond to see if we can overcome the heating problems. We found some issues in the model. And in this video we're going to build actually a complete new wing and build a new Pegasus because of the heating issues. But as you can see, the performance is amazing with this model, and I'm super happy. So thanks all for watching. Make sure to hit that notification bell if you want to see more of this kind of videos. And in this video we're going to do the swiveling of the nozzles to gain actually speed. I want to perform outbound transition before we go into full flight, so we need to rotate those nozzles and see if those bearings are holding. Yeah. And here's a sneak preview of this video. You will see everything step by step in this video. So make sure to subscribe, like, and I would say enjoy this video. This is my best accomplishment what I have ever done and reached in those 7 years and building the Harrier. Okay guys, after a successful flight with the new Pegasus and with a cooled engine finally, and we can take off with the China hobby line batteries because we are waiting for Stefan Depot shop. It's working awesome. We got lots of power for taking off, so we're going to go to the next phase, which is actually a new wing. We're going to add an extra tube, carbon tube, to handle also the side impact from the main landing gear, from the side wheels, and we're going to prepare for some flights. But first, let's build a new wing, put some paint even on it. This is the first model I'm going to sand really nicely. Learned it from Luber RC. But let's go working. So the parts is already printed. Thomas uses his magic to clean all the parts, right?
Yes.
And you can actually see the new holes where the carbon reinforcement. This looks really raw and dirty. But after Thomas finishes, it looks awesome. So after a nice couple of beers and a nice building even, Thomas, thank you so much. And we managed to finish the wing of the new Harrier. So the next day we were invited in Gouda, where they celebrating the 50 years of existence. And it was a really warm welcome. And of course my buddy Marco, we're going to fly the Harriers. Unfortunately, the weather was super heavy windy, so we weren't that fortunate to fly a lot. But here my good buddy DJ, which is a good friend for a couple of years already. We met each other at the Char Selfie events and we became friends, and he is one of them, crazy pilot. Lots of interest in our models. We were again very blessed to be here at this club. We flew one time, but we decided to wait for another day to have some nice flights. We will come back for sure, and we invited to the people if they want to see more about the Harrier. So next day we are heading to Nederweert, where we don't have any wind. Okay guys, yesterday wasn't that really good at Gouda, but we're going to try it on MCV Nederweert. We got 3 kilometers an hour wind, and we're going to play with the AV8B Harrier, and we got the small C Harrier for later this day. But we're going to perform some tests. We're not going to fly, we're going to perform some tests. So one of all, let's see if the engine stays cold. That would be really nice. The ESC must not exceed 100 degrees. And we're going to perform rotating nozzles. If this everything goes well, we're going to perform after that a short takeoff on the runway. And let's see if we can also do that just like the real one. Wow, she's a beauty, isn't it? Okay, going to talk to you through it. So let's see if we can catch all of the footage. I'm sorry if you don't catch anything. And I'm hoping that the mic is still working from this distance. So let's test. Yeah. Let's go into hover mode. You see it from my perspective. Let's see. So the idea is to make a couple of flights. The first flight, 20-degree angle tilt. We're going to test 30-degree angle tilt, and at last, hopefully we're going to reach 40-degree angle tilt. But let's start with this one. So going takeoff all the way through. We're this going well. Let's see if we can do an outbound transition.
So we call it
Yes.
transition, which has a separate mode. We're using a KK2 board, which got two platforms, P1 and P2. Between those platforms, we call it outbound transition or inbound transition. That meaning that we're going to rotate the nozzles during the hover mode.
Let's go again for transition. Super cool.
Capacity 1,888 milliamp hours. Temperature B 38.9 degrees Celsius. Runtime 1 minute 30 seconds.
Wow, it's going awesome. Let's see if we got something left. We're going to do a vertical climb. Oh no, we have to land. 3,000 are used. Wow, 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 guys. Wow. Wow.
3,000 milliamps used from battery.
Yeah. We burned 3,000 milliamps. 2 minutes. Wow. And the engine is cool, guys. The engine is super cool. Oh, we got a lot of battery left. What are we going to do? We're going to perform some taxi test, huh? Let's see. Oh, vet. Wow. Still.
Unfortunately, I didn't have the keys of this club, so I couldn't charge my lipos. So on the way back, I was heading to Geldrop. This is actually the club where I've been for almost 16 years. So let's perform a further climb like practiced this morning in maiden. And we're going to tilt the nozzles over 20 degrees and look at that acceleration. Amazing. And wow guys, look at it. This is a beautiful view. A dream is coming true. Wow. And let's go back again. 25 degrees, acceleration. And it stays stable. And we are not losing attitude. Yes guys, an amazing thing about this moment. We are halfway the lipo. I'm using SLS. And it was still able to climb vertical. So wow, lots of power over there guys, amazing. During this test I programmed the nozzles almost up to 40 degrees. And I'm going to do the same, climb, do an outbound performance. Keep the nozzles on that angle and see how fast it will accelerate. And this sound is amazing, and thank you for filming Patrick. By the way, the air brake is connected to the nozzle, so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Keep attention. And here we go. Such an incredible moment. And let's do the same, and let's go back again. It is almost flying. Amazing. Well, we need that extra little push, going to almost 45-degree nozzle angle, and then we have our full outbound transition. Amazing acceleration, guys, amazing. Wow, wow, wow. And let's go back to vertical landing. So we're going to play with SLS LiPos. So we're going to get more volume batteries with a lower shear rate, which should have the same weight of this SLS 4000 which I'm now using. So this will be for next time. So make sure, if you like and to see more of this kind of videos, subscribe to our YouTube. Thank you all. And also nice to see that it survives the rumble test on this grass airfield, which is a bit wet as well. So after all, it was a really nice weekend.
Kijk dan.
And really nice to see so many people, so many nice friends. And actually here at Ornitos, they are doing the pylon races. This is actually charcoal performing really fast, steep corners in a really short time. Amazing.
Always a big mess when I come home. Filling all the filaments from color fab.
Okay guys, thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it, and we are getting closer to a full flight. So for now I want to share with you my most two relaxing flights. The first one with this new module and the most fastest one. So I will shut up and enjoy the video. See you guys next time.
Happy Joel.
Dank je. Oké.
Ja.